painting of a Puerto Rican official created by Jose Campeche. And what I want to say, first of all, about Jose Campeche is, although you'll read that black art, are these carnival masks, in fact, Jose Campeche is a black painter. If you want to, because he was the son of an emancipated slave and a woman from the Canary Islands. And so by some historical records, he would be considered Puerto Rico's foremost black painter. He created over 400 paintings. They were sold throughout Europe, and he was considered one of the masters of the Rococo colonial era. I am not an expert in the Rococo period, but I can tell you that many people do. You can see these paintings are collected, and you can see them in Spain, you can see some in Mexico and in France, so they are very well respected. He actually learned to paint, though, in Puerto Rico. He did not go outside of Europe. What happened was that there was a painter that came to Puerto Rico from the court. He learned from there, and also his father was an artist, much more of an artisan, but he did come from an artistic family.
Is this one a reference to an original?
Yes.
Campeche?
Yes.
Okay.
The next major painter is Francesco Oyel. Now he was trained in Paris. This is the Velorio. I think you read about how important, how iconic that painting became. And once you've read it, do you have anything to say? Well, this was
nice
also
to
be
see
able
in
to
color.
reproduce.
Yeah.
It's a salon painting. It was shown in Paris. Okay, here is something that was in my readings that I just want to bring up again, which is the seal of the Instituto de Cultura created by Oyel in 1961. And it was in the 1960s. You guys read about Operation Bootstrap, right? Mm-hmm. So the other part of the operation was Operation Serenity, which involved this consolidation of what is Puerto Rican culture. And as you can see, I mean, you've got the Taino Indian as bringing to us, he's holding a semi here, the corn, the yuca, very important. Then in the middle, you have the Spaniard who's bringing the book, which could very well symbolize also Christianity, education, European culture, knowledge, all of that. And here you have the black slave who's depicted as a worker with the drum, and you have the vigilante mask. So a lot of what I've just presented to you is kind of brought together in this seal as these are the three roots of Puerto Rican culture. This is who we are, and these are the basic gifts, and on the bottom is the seal of Puerto Rico. This seal has been redone, as you saw, by Jorge Soto. It was also redone by Antonio Martorell, basically because artists by this time, artists are beginning a conversation about what is the image of Puerto Rico. This is a consolidation of what is the official image. But throughout the 50s onwards, as more and more artists began thinking about Puerto Rican history and being able to produce, right? In the 1950s, as part of Operation Serenity, that's when you get the Instituto of Puerto Rico being founded, and also La División de Educación de la Comunidad, which was sort of almost a whole visual education center. They produced films, produced books, and posters, because the literacy rate was rather low. And so in order to get people on the same path in education, it was a lot, sometimes you could understand something if you saw it visually more than if you read it. So there was a great deal of investment in the production of visual items, posters, films, and books to educate the community. These were given free of charge in community centers. Sometimes they were to announce a festival or a film screening. And if you want to know a little bit more about the founding of the Institute and also certain criticisms of the way that the Institute has promoted what one of my colleagues, Arlene Davila, believes is a rather narrow-minded understanding of what each culture contributed to Puerto Rico, you would read Sponsored Identities. That gives you a very full history of the founding and some criticisms about the construction of Puerto Rican identity by the Institute of Puerto Rican Culture. But on the other hand, it did employ a lot of artists, and that began a sort of a cultural renaissance in Puerto Rico around images. Go ahead.